Hey, Brooklyn Squad. We are back again. Hi, Kathy B. Hey, you new. Let me get a piece of this watermelon. Yeah, I got something to tell y'all. This is crazy. Okay, so we got two cases right now. Okay, two cases right now. And then we got one tonight, but hey, Debbie, y'all ready? We're gonna wait for a few minutes for everybody else. Y'all, now this right here is two different cases. Now, we already talked about in the other side, in the other chat. Sometimes people, hey, Katie, don't care about these cops getting killed, right? In this case, I'm going to tell you why. Because of the shit that happens like this. And then I have another case that I'm about to tell you about these parents, what they're doing to these babies. Now, it's okay if you want to puff, puff, puff. But baby, what I'm about to show you is gonna make you be like, wait a minute, where's CPS at? What's going on here? Who did what? You say you doing what? Child. Everybody get in here, get in here, get in here. This watermelon is good. It's just sweet. Okay, let's get to it. Let me see. I'm gonna erase that one. Let's go. All right, y'all ready to see this? You ready? Y'all here? You here? You new? Everybody here? Travis, y'all here? All right. I'm gonna drop the link too, because I know y'all gonna want to come up here and say a few things after this. Let me drop the link. You got two different videos, two different cases right now. Two different cases, okay? And then at 8 o'clock, we got another case. All right, so let's get into this first case. I'm just gonna play the news. I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna play it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna play it.
Who's in Raleigh right now, connected to this pretty disturbing video that was posted onto Facebook. That is a baby appearing to be smoking. Raleigh police have arrested the infant's mother. RPD posting a thank you to people who posted information about mom and the baby. RPD says the child is now safe. Eyewitness News working to learn the charges this mother is now facing. Police have not yet released that woman's name. Following breaking.
The mother is giving the child a blunt. The mother is putting a blunt weed in a baby's mouth.
News in Raleigh right now connected to this pretty disturbing video that was posted onto Facebook. That is a baby appearing to be smoking. Raleigh police have arrested the infant's mother. RPD posting a thank you to people who posted information about mom and the baby. RPD says the child is now safe. Eyewitness News working to learn the charges this mother is now facing. Police have not yet released that woman's name. Following breaking news.
And she's not the only one. She is not the only one.
A North Carolina mother is in trouble with the law after authorities say she posted video of her giving marijuana to her 1-year-old child. In the video, you
That's the
hear the
same
child
one.
coo, then an adult moves what looks like a cigarette near the child's mouth. A small cloud of smoke wraps around the child's head. This short video, posted on social media, sent many people on the internet into an uproar. A police investigation led to the arrest of the child's mother, 20-year-old Brianna Lofton of Raleigh. According to warrants, it was marijuana she was giving her 1-year-old child. Lofton is charged with 2 counts each of felony child abuse, contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile, and possession of marijuana.
How you know?
The hell?
Girl.
What is wrong with these people?
Woo. Let them have it, girl. Let them
I can
have it.
understand. Okay, so I can understand you want to get a little buzz on because you can't deal with life or whatever.
Right.
But a baby? A baby? What is wrong with her? She's psychotic. She needs help. She really
Girl.
needs help. She needs to go to jail.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette for this one on live.
She
Even
needs
I
to go to
smoke
jail.
anyway, but
It's not even legal for him to drink, let alone do some doggone, stuff.
1 years old.
Wow.
Up, here comes Cherish.
Wow.
Up. I'm gonna let you,
Wow.
girl.
I'm oh my God. I'm dumbfounded by this.
Girl.
Hey
Where is
sis.
your girl at? You know, she got to see this shit.
Oh my God. Let me see if I
Where's
can catch.
breaking that?
Let me see if I can catch her.
Oh my God. Oh, I got a good one for her at 8 o'clock though.
No.
I got a good one for her at 8 o'clock. It's what we was talking about yesterday, y'all. Sheriff, remember when she was talking about these foster parents getting the foster agencies getting arrested and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a live at 8 o'clock similar to that.
Okay.
Check your
I'll make
inbox
sure
real quick. Check your inbox because
Oh.
I just sent you another video of a kid here that they had on the news smoking a vape.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
And
I
this
got a
was
bunch
a
of videos
vape.
to show y'all. I got
Yeah.
more
I'm
to show
like,
y'all.
what's wrong with these
Yeah.
people?
Oh yeah. Oh, check this out. I said what you call it?
A North Carolina
Hold on.
What the what?
Whoever's playing in the background, y'all gotta cut that down.
That's not me. I don't have anything
No, I
on.
know. Cherish. 2 arrested after choking dollar. What's this? 2 arrested after shocking toddlers video. No, I saw another one. Now there's another one that is gonna really blow your mind. A babysitter girl. The babysitter. Maybe I should
A
put
babysitter
babysitter.
had the children smoking.
Yes, I'm about to show it to you, and she got arrested. Oh, here she go.
Mm.
Ah, damn, it's Inside Edition though. I got one that's not Inside Edition. Can I do Inside Edition? You know?
Uh, the only reason I've been doing like some of them, I cover everything up and then I make their voices a whole something different.
Oh, girl, now I ain't got time for that shit. Okay.
Yeah. You got to
But
make
no,
sure
there's a
that you
news
make it.
coverage of her.
Yeah, you have to make it like you have to make it your own, and then you
Make it
can't
your
have the
own.
main Like okay, if you're watching, what's the name of that show? The one something TV. What is that called? Court TV.
Yes.
Yeah. I did one for Court TV for that girl, the one that I did a short today for or short video for. But
I didn't
what I
see
did
it.
is I covered everything. Like I just showed the only parts I showed is like the people that came on the show, but not him. Like him himself, I don't use his voice for anything because you could get, that's like almost like a documentary, I guess, or TV shows you cannot do that with. But if you block a few things and change a few voices,
Make it
you're
your
good to
own.
go. Yeah, make it
Okay.
yourself. Make it of you. And then you
Oh,
got to put a
she's
big
on the
picture of
news.
you on the side to make it
I
look
Caught
got
like
on
the
you're
camera,
newest
doing
two
it.
one.
babysitters encouraging
Here she
three
go.
children to smoke
Yeah.
marijuana.
Oh
Police
my
say the
gosh.
viral video shows a 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and an 18-month-old baby smoking. At one point, the babysitter helps one of the children smoke. The mother says the children were in the hospital all night and did not test positive for marijuana. She also says one of the babysitters is actually her friend and has apologized. The babysitters are now facing felony child abuse charges.
So wait. Repeat that.
A
Did she
toddler
say?
smoking and gasping for air in a video that's gone viral.
Hold
The
on.
child's sister
I'll rewind
Caught
it.
on camera, two babysitters encouraging 3 children to smoke marijuana. Police say the viral video shows a 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and an 18-month-old baby smoking. At one point, the babysitter helps one of the children smoke. The mother says the children were in the hospital all night and did not test positive for marijuana. She also says one of the babysitters is actually her friend and has apologized. The babysitters are now facing felony child abuse charges.
Okay. So if it didn't show that they
a
had
toddler
that in their system, was she making it like a fake one? But still, the fact that she did that was wrong.
Yeah,
No,
I
that was
don't
what
think
it
it
is.
showed up in their system because they don't know how to inhale it, right? But that doesn't change the fact that they had it in their mouth and
Right.
they just didn't know how to inhale it, so that it got in their bloodstream gratefully.
Wow.
So then they didn't get high, so that's the good thing. But they still gave the kids drugs.
Yeah,
Well, I
that
mean,
was really
okay.
that was real weed. They arrested them, and the
Right.
mother. There's an audio of the mother speaking out. The
Right.
mother's friend speaking out.
Right, but with
I'm
the
trying to
weed,
find it.
the Joanna, I'm trying not to say anything, say the
Oh
word,
yeah,
but the Joanna, actually, you could be in the same room and get contact, so
yep.
that can't be right.
Well, you can be in the same room and get contact, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
So how much of it do you have to be in your bloodstream? I mean, if you start
Well,
feeling
you have
woozy,
to ingest it. You have
Right.
to ingest it for it to be in your system.
In your system. I used to smoke mad trees, so I know. Yeah.
okay, so what about like what they call hot boxing? Hot boxing, you're not even doing it. You're literally just in a car and you're putting a bunch of it in the air.
Yeah.
So is that not ingesting it?
Well, no, it's not ingesting it because it's a little different than other illicit drugs. Like there's other drugs that you can be around. Like I know a lot of police officers are like touching fentanyl right now and ODing
Right, and
from it.
passing out.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it gets in your bloodstream through the pores a little
Right.
differently in the effects of it. But the Mary Jane is different. The compound.
Well, that tells you how much I know about it.
You learn something new every day. It's okay.
Right?
So sad though, man. And I saw
That's crazy.
I saw this a while back. I saw this like
Wow.
I think almost a year now. And it slipped my mind until recently, and then I seen it again, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta show them, man. This
You
is
should have showed
crazy."
everybody that video I sent you on Messenger with the little baby and the vape. I was
Hold
like,
on. Let me
wow.
go there. All right,
This
let me
is
go there.
crazy.
I would
What
have
is
to
wrong
go.
with these people?
People are sick.
Like they literally like have lost their minds.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree. They either lost their minds or they don't have one.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. One or the other. And then their hearts are like hardened because why would you do that to a child?
Yep. I think it has a lot to do with learned behaviors, just like the sexual assault that we
Right.
talked about, and why kids would, think it is
Right.
okay or appropriate is because it was done to them. They possibly
Right.
grew up in a environment where it was not a bad thing. And even if you look at different countries like France, it's not a big issue to drink wine there at all. They even give it to their kids every night for dinner, a cup, but here that would be considered child abuse because it's alcohol.
Right. Because you're not 21. First of all, you're not supposed to be drinking unless you're 21 and over.
Well, that's here. Like I said, that's here in the United States. We have different guidelines and stuff to follow with our laws. But if you go to France, you can give your child a cup of wine a day.
Yeah, I know about. Yeah, I know about that because my aunt lives in France. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's true. They do. They're more lenient over there for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I'm just waiting for it to pull up.
This is unbelievable. It's ridiculous.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
It is. It's a lot.
Okay, let's see what she sent me.
Ah, Lord have mercy.
Release that woman's name. Following breaking news.
Let's see. I'll go make it bigger.
They should have like a little square box at the bottom of that video to be able to make it bigger. Is that on YouTube?
I don't know.
Messenger. The box is there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it should have it.
Not that one. The one next to that. You can't quite see it. It's down in the bottom where you just were.
Right here. No.
It's there. It's like you could barely see it there.
Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah. Trying to make it bigger.
And she just as cute as pie too, smoking that vape, poor thing.
Aww.
Is that a YouTube video?
No.
No, okay.
It's probably on YouTube. It's
not on YouTube. This just came out the other day. Somebody shared it, and it's in one of the it's in one of the
Can y'all see it though? Probably not, right? Oh, you could, right? A little bit, right? Okay, hold on. And she's not the only one
vaping.
She is not the. Hold on.
Yeah. Release that woman's name. Following breaking news.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Wow. And she's not the only one.
I literally have to pinch the Zoom to see this. OMG.
Jesus Christ. Wow. And a lot came out of that. Holy crap.
That baby knew how to hold it and everything. How
right.
Has she been doing this?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Wow.
And those vapes are just horrible for your lungs as an adult. So let alone for a kid.
And dangerous.
And she knows how to smoke it. I'm like, this is horrible. They need to take that baby from those people.
Woo. I would choke off of that. That baby just took it in like a pro.
Inhaled it.
No.
Yes.
Wow. I have to pinch to zoom it, and I can pinch to zoom on my phone and in here, but I have to zoom it back to get like normal. But that was like, that baby took it in like a pro. That baby has been doing that for a minute. Okay, there's no way. Oh my gosh,
baby,
I would be choking off of one time of that. There's no way.
Yeah, it's sad. It is
video
sad.
That baby vaping at daycare.
Wow.
Look at this shit. Hold on.
Yeah, no charges have been brought for that child yet, but I hope the right person.
They need to.
Yeah, I hope the right, agency sees that and finds out, where it came from and who the parents are, and they're investigated, because how ridiculous is that?
Okay, what's this one? This was a daycare?
So before you start that one, hold on.
Yes, babe.
My thing with this situation. So you're doing all this illegal crap to these kids. First of all, you got these kids over here smoking pot, that stuff. Anyway, and then you got another one vaping, right? And then these children, if CPS gets a hold of this, they're going to take these kids away. Not only have you been damaging their insides, now you're going to be having them possibly abused, essayed, mistreated, unalived. You just don't know what you're doing to these kids. People, they need to get right. Like, they need to start thinking. Like, get your mind out your butts. I mean, like, damn it.
Sad, man. It's bad enough they go in their foster care and they're not even making it out alive. You can't even find them.
I know. This is crazy. And then they're going to sit there afterwards, after the fact. Oh my God, CPS came to pick up my children. Go put it on Facebook and let everybody know I need my kids back. What? So you can give them some more whatever you're giving them? Come the heck on.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God.
They want to play victim. Let's
This
see what
is
this lady got to say. It
psychotic
says
crazy.
viral video of Quebec teen forcing 16-month-old baby to vape at home daycare.
Quebec.
Thank you, Mama.
A baby with a vape. That's actually very concerning.
A viral video showing a baby being forced to vape while at a home daycare in Mirabel, about 60 kilometers north of Montreal, has sparked 2 investigations from local police and provincially by the Ministry of Families. We want to warn our viewers, the video you're about to see could be disturbing to watch. It was posted to social media last week. In it, you see a teenager laughing as a baby is coughing from inhaling the electronic cigarette, with French text over the video saying, when you have nothing to do, so you make a 16-month-old baby vape. Now some are calling for stricter measures.
How come a teenager have a vape in a home daycare? That's my concern, and we have to set rules on that.
Police say they were alerted to the video on March 3rd. They say the investigation is ongoing in collaboration with Youth Protection, the Director of Criminal and Penal Prosecutions, and Quebec's Families Ministry.
As a home daycare, they have responsibility, and they have to make sure that the babies that they are taking care of are in security.
The Ministry of Families can't disclose which daycare is concerned by the allegations, but tells City News in a statement, an investigation has been opened to ensure the compliance of the Child Care Service and to validate whether the provisions of the Educational Child Care Act are respected. When there is a situation of physical abuse, sexual abuse, or serious negligence in a daycare service, the ministry has an obligation to disclose the information to Youth Protection for evaluation.
As a parent, as a pediatrician, as a human being, I think that seeing these images are quite shocking. Babies should not be given vaping devices for multiple reasons. Of course, we are starting to understand the harms associated with vaping devices and the aerosols that come from them.
Dr. Nicholas Shaddy has been tracking vaping-related injuries in young people for the last few years with the Canadian Pediatric Society and says young children, especially developing toddlers, shouldn't be inhaling nicotine. In 2019, a national survey of theirs revealed 88 cases of young children and teens having different types of injuries related to vaping products, including lung injuries.
So we really need to stay vigilant and keep an eye on what these devices look like, how they're manufactured and sold, and how they're kept outside of the hands of young children. So I think we really need to have the right rules and regulations in place.
When you drop your child into a daycare, you should not worry that a teenager be giving a vape or anything else to your baby.
Right.
In Montreal, Alicia Rubertucci, City News.
Wow.
Wow.
Why was the child left unattended with the other child is my first question, because I'm sure the teenager didn't get the certification and license to run the daycare facility.
Right.
And was, were the parents whom had utilized that facility, were they aware that their child would be tended to by another child? I would sue them.
Well, they did have a daycare a while. I don't know. It's been about maybe a year ago or so. They had it where the child. Now this doesn't have nothing to do with vaping, but the daycare, the mom allowed her child to go beat another child and did nothing about it.
That's insane.
And it was an older kid who beat up the little one, the little tiny baby.
Right. And I think they should disclose these types of things. Like, that should be somewhere in the paperwork when people are bringing their kids into these type of situations.
Right.
Will your children be around them? Because that should be, up to the parent if they want their child to be around, an older
child. Right.
Yeah.
I think the kid was like either he was 7 or 11. That number is kind of 7 or 11 is popping in my head, but he was too old to be hitting on that baby. He bit it and everything.
Wow. That
They
is
closed the
insane.
daycare though. I think they closed the daycare. So
As they should, because
yeah.
clearly the children were not being supervised.
Right, right.
You can't let those kids out of your sight. They should be in eyesight at all times. That's what you're being paid to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Because like when I used to babysit, I used to bring the child literally. I would have them in the what you call it, what they call them, high chairs. Have them strapped down right outside the door, and I could hear them talking to me. Like, what you doing in there? You know, like talking to them. And if they're little tiny ones, I wait till they sleep before I go to the bathroom. Like
Yeah.
you don't leave them at all,
Yeah.
ever.
They can't
And
be
they had
unsupervised.
monitors in that house, so I was okay with going to the bathroom with not a problem. But at the same time, I just feel like you're supposed to, when they're in your care, you're supposed to care for them like they're your own, if not better, because you're caring for somebody else's children. You're giving
That's right.
they're giving you
Yeah.
permission to care for their children, to love their children, not just the money, not just the check, which
That's
I know a
right.
lot of people think of them as checks, and
I
that's not
also
what you should
think
think like.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I also
It's
feel
okay.
as though that's why it's a requirement to have a license in these type of situations,
Yeah.
because those licenses ensure that you also have certification for, CPR and first aid
Right.
to
Right.
render those types of, cares
Right.
if needed. So, like, that child should have never been with anyone else other than the person they were trusted to.
Right.
I would sue them.
Then people knew. The daycare knew. There's no way they didn't know, because a lot of like nowadays daycares are. I think they're supposed to have cameras. They got to have at least one camera where the little ones are or something.
Okay.
I think they're required to have cameras. If I remember correctly, I heard something about that.
Okay.
Because
I
they're
wonder.
trying to make sure that these kids are not being touched in any manner. They don't,
Right.
they don't hit on these. They're not hitting these kids, and as so,
So,
they're not giving up vapings. So
I'm wondering if they still have those same requirements also in Canada.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out where, because I heard something about them needing. They have requirements for
Yeah,
daycares to do that.
I think that we should check and see if that's the same, because that happened in Canada. So I wonder if their laws are the same regarding, the daycare facilities and the requirements.
Yeah. Hold
Because
on.
that may be something to suggest, to that case,
Yeah.
like, hey, like, let's get that law changed there, so that things like this are not happening.
Right.
And I bet you everybody be doing their jobs too. You know how it is being at work
Yeah.
where you're on camera, you're being watched.
They definitely need to be watched. Let me
Yeah,
see. Cameras.
sadly.
Requirements of cameras.
It would be requirements for home daycare facilities
Right.
in Canada.
I think that any of them young girls needs to have some type of if they're gonna be like working in a daycare or anything, aren't they supposed to first of all be trained? Aren't they supposed to have like some type of training certificate or something? Not just okay, you're hired. I mean, I don't get it. Like have some type of training, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm not gonna just have anybody watch my kids. That's another thing, because a lot of if you've seen a lot of I've been seeing like a lot of YouTube videos where they have like nannies and stuff like that, but honey, they be having the cameras watching around
Well,
their
then,
house.
Well,
well,
I wonder,
Watch
because
to.
that daycare facility that they just busted like last September, if I'm not mistaken, it could have been a little bit before or after, but I know it was around that time frame. I remember watching the show. They had it was on the news. They had just passed a state inspection. It was in New York. They had just passed their state inspection and everything was up to code and it came through. They didn't say anything about cameras, but I don't know because they didn't give you all the details and in what was going on, and they're still in court right now. But they had just passed inspection a week prior to 4 babies dying of a fentanyl overdose because they were using the daycare as a cover to the illicit drugs. And then during the day, they had a few kids there, and one of the kids had just been there for a week before he passed.
Wow.
Yeah. So they had a lot. They had large quantities of this, narcotic there when, the daycare facility was closed down, and they were not cleaning up, as they should have been. And the stuff was kind of, I guess, in the floorboards. But something happened. They found a big kilo press under the floor. They found remnants of the fentanyl. And like I said, it was like 3 or 4 unalive babies there. They were all under like 2 years old. And they were just dropped off one day. And then a couple of hours later, they got a call that they were all passing out. So, yeah.
Okay, so I did find out. It says there are no real law requiring child care facilities to keep video footage for a certain period of time. However, center should make a policy and follow the consistently in all situations. But basically, they're saying there's no legal requirement for it, right? In the United States is what they're saying. But you know what they're saying? Why they're saying this? For what you call it? Policy. What they call that? I just saw it and then it passed by.
Stay together.
Privacy policy is the reason why they don't require cameras. But my thing is this: if I had a child, I would want you to have cameras, not because they're worrying about some doggone showing faces of kids and this and that. Hey, I want you to see the kids because I want to see what these kids are doing to my kid. Like if you got a kid that's in there abusing other kids, biting other kids and stuff, I want to see which one did it. I want to see which parent I got to go after.
That's right. I agree.
But then they're saying that they're not required to. They need to change that law. Why do you think a lot of these daycares, they get away with a lot of stuff because they don't have cameras? I thought they were required. I heard they did have a requirement.
I thought they was required to have cameras.
That's what I thought. But they talking about only on playgrounds, only in front door at your front door, only outside. Where did they say? One other place, and that's it. Other than that, there's no requirement. That doesn't make any sense. Most of the time, they're inside.
No reason these kids are being abused and stuff because these workers are getting away with a lot of shit, knowing that they don't have any cameras.
Right.
Wow. I really thought they were supposed to have cameras.
Hey, together. That's what I thought. I mean, I could have sworn I seen somewhere saying they had requirements for cameras.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I know. I didn't have to worry about daycares because my kids were at home with me. I was a at-home mom. I was able to do that because of the kind of job my husband has, right? So I was one of the lucky people where I would be able to stay with my kids. But I never got tired of my kids to the point where I was like, oh my God, I'm going to give them something to calm them down.
Right. Here's some Mary Jane.
Yeah, no, they used to tell me, give your baby a little drop of something. I think it was whiskey? It was something they were telling me to give them to like when they're chronic. When they have chronic. And I was like, I'm not giving my baby ish.
Right.
I'm not giving them ish because they're not in pain. At least not that I know of. But if they were in pain, they definitely they're gonna have to go through it because I'm not giving them any kind of Uggs or any kind of anything to drink. I'm not doing that. That's why my kids grew up to not. They don't even take medications. My kids don't even like medication. They're like me. I will not, and they will not. The only time I had to take it was recently because I fell down twice, and then I fell down another time right outside what they call it, sports academy. I fell down the third time, but the pain was so excruciating. I couldn't, nothing would take it away. I could try the heating pad. I tried everything. It wasn't doing anything.
You like me, I
So
don't
I
take
just took,
narcotics.
right. So I took a leave, and that was the only thing that would give that edge, that would take the edge out, right? So like I said, my kids, they don't take medications. Like I have to force them sometimes, because there's times where you have to take it. If you don't, it's going to mess you, it might mess you up. So I have to kind of like tell them, look, go ahead and take this. You have a bad headache, go ahead and take this, or go drink you some coffee. But they don't take medications on a regular ever. That's something my kids don't even like.
You know what? That's a good thing, because these days everything is addictive. You know what I mean? And me
Mm-hmm.
being in recovery, I don't take
Mm-hmm.
narcotics no more.
Yeah.
I got in 2 car accidents, and they tried to give me Percocet at the hospital, and I refused it. I went to physical therapy and popped the
Mm-hmm.
Tylenol and called it a day,
There you
because
go.
I was addicted to this shit. Like, I
There
know
you
what it
go.
is to be addicted to Percocet and other drugs.
Yeah.
So I have to be very, very, very careful of the shit. And I can't take a leave and what's that again? Motrin, because I'm allergic
Mm-hmm.
to it.
Yeah. See,
So
that's the
I
only thing
only
I took.
Yeah, I have to take the
Yeah.
Tylenol, but it is what it is. Yeah, they tried to give me that Percocet at the hospital to go after my car accident.
Yeah.
And they was like, don't worry, we'll tell your program and we'll write a letter. And I was like, it's not about them.
Right.
It's about me. This is my recovery.
Right.
One is
Right.
too many and 1,000 is never enough.
Right. I get what you're
Shit.
saying. That's
You
crazy.
feel me?
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, I'm good. I will put like you said, the ice pack, the
Yeah.
warming
Anything and everything I
plaster,
can do. Yeah.
something,
Definitely.
physical therapy. Even
Mm-hmm.
that didn't really work, but I
Yeah.
still have the pain like right here, because
Yeah.
the guy, the chiropractor, that physical therapy said, the other doctor said when they did my X-ray, it was this close, I would have been paralyzed.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
this
And
close.
together, I'm sorry I didn't get to say hello. I didn't want to interrupt
I
you
know.
while she was talking.
Hey, together,
Yeah. Hey, how's it
together
going?
we break
So my
production.
son had ACL reconstruction, his
Oh,
ACL, and he had meniscus, right, from when he got hurt at school. He all he heard was a pop, so he couldn't even walk on his legs. So he had to go get the
I,
surgery. He had to get reconstructive surgery, and they gave him some high. And when I tell you something that's going to make him up there, loopy. Yeah, he was 17 years old, and I told
oh,
my
in the
son,
hospital, yeah, probably,
yeah, I asked the doctor, is that addictive, the stuff that they gave him? And he was like, yeah,
um,
it is. And I said,
um,
okay, well, then my son will take maybe one, maybe two at the most, but I'm not letting my son take any more. And he
yeah,
said, well, he's going to have to take it because he's going to be in a lot of pain. Baby, my son took one, and he only took ibuprofen because he doesn't like medication. I keep trying to tell
right,
people this, but he took ibuprofen for the pain, and that was it. So my son never got addicted to this medication that they gave him, because I
good.
wasn't going to let that happen. I'm
That's
not going to
right.
have my kids addicted.
That's right.
So I
That's
made
right.
sure that he had just that one, and that was it. And that was just from the first day. When the numbness went away, he felt all this excruciating pain. And I said, baby, I'm sorry, but I do have to let you take one. Let me try this and see, maybe a couple of them, see what happens. He
Yeah,
took
yeah.
that one. The next day, ibuprofen straight only. That's it. Ibuprofen.
Mhm.
He was in a
When
lot
I
of
heard
pain, but
that,
he was
it's
like, Mom,
painful.
yeah, he was like, I don't want to be addicted, Mom. I'm not going to take it. And I said, okay, I
Aw.
understand. I totally understand that.
Yeah, that's shit. Them
Yeah.
doctors, they something else, girl.
They don't care, because they
They
get
don't
you
give a damn.
addicted. That means you're going to have to keep going back and getting more, more, more,
Yes,
more. So
and
you
more
put money in
insurance.
the doctor's
Right,
pockets, and then you're putting money in the pharmacy pockets, and your
right.
pockets is going bare because your child now is addicted.
Yes. And now we're going through withdrawals,
And then you
which
got to
is
go
no
to
joke.
what they call it, rehabilitation. That's another person that's going to be taking out your pocket.
Exactly.
So they
Yeah,
know what they're
make it
doing.
there though. Not a lot of people make it to recovery.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no,
exactly. And
no, I know. We
that's
buried
crazy.
many. We buried many in Narcotics Anonymous. We buried
Hmm.
a lot of people. A lot of
Yep,
people. A
it's
lot of
crazy.
young people. Young people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
15.
I believe it.
15 years old, 16 years old, 18 years old.
Yeah, because the difference is that we had illicit drugs, within our communities, things that were mixed or made up that were components of natural things like opioid plants and stuff like that. But now
Mm-hmm.
what we're seeing with the drugs, they're all synthetic, so they're all just
Yes,
made in a lab. These are
Right.
things that are extremely addictive.
Right.
There is no control that they have over it. Like they
Right.
literally should have never created things like fentanyl.
No,
right.
they shouldn't
You
have.
There's
know,
no control over any narcotic, any drug anyway.
and they're
Yeah.
giving it feel like, a lot
Any
of people
drug is
didn't
addictive.
have a lot of doings in it because it was, specifically for surgery and childbirth. But now
Right.
it is available on the black market and,
Mhm.
other places. Somebody figured out how to make it. So yeah, and that's the problem. And they have no chance. It's not like the crack
Yeah.
pandemic where, the crack cocaine came from, the coca plant. These are drugs that should never been made, and they kill people.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Together we break. Yeah, pills is a big thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know a person that was purchasing pills and stayed high too, and that was me. Shit.
Mm.
Fuck.
I
Thank
had
God I'm in recovery now.
I told you about this, didn't I? I
Six
told you
years
that
now.
I had told you I took Vicodin one time, huh? I told you about the Vicodin I took.
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay, so
I
when I
never
was
liked it
working
that. I
at
thought it was a Percocet thing.
Babies R Us, this was when I was younger when the pain started. What happened was I was helping a guy with the mattress. It was like not one of those light mattresses. It was a heavy duty mattress. And I couldn't find a dolly to push it, and I couldn't wait for the guy. The guy was taking too long. So I decided to take the mattress and I lifted it over my on my shoulder
Ugh, girl.
and woke up in the morning. I could not
Pain.
move. No, no, no. I couldn't move. I felt paralyzed. I could not move. It hurt so bad. And like the pain was so excruciating, but as I try to like turn myself, it was just more pain. So I was just like, that's it. I'm not moving. I'm not moving from this spot till my body lets me. So I go to the doctors. I find out I had a pinched nerve.
Ah,
So
shit.
they shot
Yeah.
me up in my
That's what I got.
shoulder. They shot me up in my shoulder with that prednisone shot, the prednisone and
Cortisone?
the one for the cortisone. I don't know why I keep saying prednisone. Cortisone with the steroid mix in it to help
Yes,
make it
yes,
go quicker. So they gave me Vicodin to take because they seen the pain that I was in.
yes.
And I took one. When I tell you I took one and it knocked me out for the weekend, I never took it again. Took
Straight
me out
up.
for
I
two
had Vicodin
days.
before from the dentist. Took it
Hmm.
one time, never took it again. I slept for like 7 hours. I was like, I'm good. Never again. Never
My
again.
husband
I
told
didn't
me.
like Vicodin. It did nothing for me. I liked the
Oh,
Percocet.
it put me in a straight
Percocet
cloud
put
to
me
Oh,
sleep.
like,
I was
it knocked
done.
me
I do
out for the
not.
weekend.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I
the
can't do
weekend.
it. I cannot do. I don't know how
Me
people
neither.
be over here taking anything that make them relax to the point. I like to be in control of myself, honey.
Mm.
That happened at once. I never again. My husband was like, "Fix your tooth hurts. It's gonna be okay." But I
Yeah.
won't be
I
asleep
took
though.
Vicodin and didn't feel the fucking thing. Percocet made me like, not hyper type filled.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I was eating so much Percocet, when I did take the Vicodin, I
That
didn't
could
feel
be
no
why. Yeah.
because I was eating
Because
so much Percocet. And when
yeah,
I
because
tell
when
you I
I
was
took
taking
it,
so much, I
yeah,
was on a very high dose. I think I was on 600
15.
milligrams,
Oh,
600, 700, something like that. I was on a very, very high dose. And I was eating bottles after bottle. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
you're talking about Vicodin?
No, Percocet.
Oh, okay. Because like the Vicodin, I think
I
he had
took
me
Vicodin and I didn't
on
like
50.
it.
I think it
I
was
didn't
10 or
like it.
15. And then, like I said, it knocked me out for the weekend. My husband was like, babe, all you did for 2 days straight, you went to the bathroom and back in the bed. I never even ate nothing. I was just going back to the bathroom, coming
Yeah.
in, getting to bed, getting
And
the
you know
bathroom, getting to
why?
bed. I was
Because your
done.
body is not used to narcotics.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not used to it, so you caught it was very strong for you.
Too strong.
Too
Too
strong
strong.
for you because you don't take narcotics.
Too
Me,
strong.
I was
Yeah.
abusing it at this time. So when
Yeah.
I was taking the Percocet and then somebody gave me Vicodin, I was like, that shit's whack. It's not making me. It's not doing shit for me
Yeah.
because I was so already abusing the Percocet. When I
Yeah.
took the Vicodin, it was like, yeah, that shit's whack. I don't like it. It's
Yeah.
just weird. Let me tell you,
What do you guys think of
thank
morphine?
God for recovery, man. I don't ever want to
Want
feel
to do? Yeah.
Yeah.
withdrawals
Yeah.
again.
What do you guys think of morphine?
I
Morphine
loved
is,
it. I
you
loved it.
know, morphine's just a little bit different. I think morphine's been around a lot longer. They've been able to study it a lot longer, and it could be used exactly for what it is needed to be used for. But I mean,
Morphine is
back
like
in
heroin. Morphine is heroin.
yeah, I mean, and back in the day, women would get it just to, like housewives would just sit in the house and drink it like juice. So,
Oh my gosh. No,
What?
no, 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 no.
Morphine?
I don't mean like
yeah,
that.
No.
absolutely.
Uh-uh.
Oh, yes, baby.
I'm
Yes, yes,
talking
ma'am.
about oh my
Yes,
God.
they
No.
did.
Are you
Yes, they
telling me
did.
I had hair? Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You
Now I'm
got
freaking out.
heroin, girl.
I
Yep.
did not know I had that. They have that in there. I did not know that
Yeah.
there
Because,
was
well,
that.
that's what
You
it is.
didn't abuse it though.
Percocets,
Don't worry.
morphine,
You didn't abuse it. You
somewhat
didn't
of
abuse it.
fentanyl, all those things are
That's
derived from
heroin.
the opioid plant. They're opioids.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
it's a downer. They all,
Yeah. Yeah.
subsequently have the same effect. They derive from the opioid plant.
They do.
I wish
Yeah.
they would have told me that. I would have took the pain because
But
not
mama,
that
don't
long
worry
ago.
because you didn't abuse it. So don't
I
worry. You
know,
didn't
but in
abuse it.
2009 they gave me this
It's
stuff. They gave
okay.
me the morphine. It made
It's
me
okay.
so loopy, and the nurse was trying
Yeah,
to
it
cover me
will.
up, and I kicked her. I was like, "Get off of me!" I told
Yeah.
her to get away from me, and
She's not
I didn't
lying
even know
though.
about it.
The
I
only
know because
difference
I know she
is
ain't because
that
I
one
used
of them was
morphine before.
made, to be an illicit drug on the streets that you could get street, and then the other one is just made in a lab and it's medical grade, but they're virtually the same thing.
And
Oh
it's the
my
same, and people could get it
God,
off the street. I was getting it off homegirl, and I was taking it and abusing morphine too. So I know. So yeah, and I did like morphine because it was like a little. It was making me like a little numb, like a little low feeling. Where
well,
Percocet was
I'm not
making me
doing it.
fly up there.
They're
So
not
I
giving
loved
me.
it. It was
I'm not
weird.
taking that no more. If they try to tell me if I'm in pain, I'm gonna be like, "You gonna leave me in pain? You gonna leave me the heck alone? Don't put that mess in
That's
my
what I
body. I
do. I'm
don't
like,
want
I'm
it."
good. I take a Tylenol and I'm good. Oh, I feel nauseous.
Oh
Pray for
my
you.
gosh, that's
Well, I'm
crazy
glad you
because
came
I
out of
didn't.
it and you here today.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank God for that. But I did not know that's what was in there. I would have never taken that, y'all. I really wouldn't have.
You know what's crazy? Me, I swear, I just got this nasty, nauseous feeling just now.
Are you eating or
I don't.
have you eaten?
No, I ate some watermelon, but could it be because we talking about this shit? I never
Absolutely.
get. I
I am
never
Okay.
get
so
Okay,
glad
so
that
let's
bloated.
get
you
off of
brought
that.
that up. And what is happening is you were just triggered. So it's
Yeah,
bringing
sorry.
up, yeah, I'm glad you
Yeah.
spoke about it because that's all
Yep.
it is, love.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
just
it
got a
just.
trigger.
I felt very nauseous, like I was gonna throw up just now.
Yep. Because you're bringing up and you're trickling your mind down to
My
what those
stomach felt.
withdrawals are like, and you triggered
I've
your
been
mind.
clean for 6 years off that shit.
It doesn't matter. You
No,
will
I
have
know. I'm getting
triggers.
the triggers. Yeah, I know the
Yep.
triggers, and
Isn't
yeah,
that a
Yep.
form of
weird. Isn't that crazy?
PTSD?
Yeah.
Isn't
Because
it?
it's all a mental thing,
Yeah.
and that's why they say that addiction is a disease, because it really
Yes, it
is.
is.
It's just a disease that they really don't know how to tackle as of yet. There hasn't been enough, studies and understanding of it, because for a long time they didn't look at it as a problem, nor because, like I said, there were housewives just sitting around drinking cocaine, to have better days, for depression and stuff like that, like liquid cocaine. Can you imagine?
That's
Morphine,
crazy.
alcohol. There were a plethora of things, before they started to see the effects that these things were having on people. So, and then for them to say, hey, that these are considered now drugs and they're bad, X, Y, and Z. They used to put cocaine in Coca-Cola. So listen, yeah.
Got my Narcotics Anonymous book.
It gets
Okay.
real.
Go
It
through some
gets
stuff.
real.
We can go through some stuff, honey.
But you realizing that you're okay because you realize that
Who's an
trigger.
addict? Most of us do not have to think twice about this question. We know our whole life and thinking was centered in drugs and forms of one another, the getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. We live to use and use to live, very simply. An addict is a man and a woman whose life is controlled by drugs. We are people in the grips of continuing the progressive illness whose ends are always the same: jails, institutions, and death. And not in that order. Okay. So I already knew that I was an addict when I started my sick behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Yes, this shit is serious, man. Addiction is nothing to play with. And you are so right, Cherish. Bringing up that nauseousness feeling, girl. I'm glad I brought that up because I haven't talked about the pills and this and that in a hot minute.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm
I
saying?
understand that too because I went through counseling with my dad when I was like 19, 20. He was addicted to crack cocaine for a long time. And he finally got sober. And, a part of his recovery was educating someone close to him. So I was one of those people, his, child's mother at that time. She was one of those people. And throughout the years, he was clean for years up until he recently passed. But he would get triggers, he would get triggers. Sometime he would call me and he would say something triggered me and I could just smell the dope in my nose, am I tripping? And I'm like, it's a trigger and you're, starting to cycle back to that. And it's just something that you learn to live with, I guess is the way they explained it. Because
And
once you're an addict, you'll always be an addict. So you will get triggers and, things will come back up. So I know a little bit about it from experience with my dad. So
was he going to NA meetings and stuff?
yeah.
Because when you get triggers, what you do is you read your literature.
Yeah.
You pick up your literature. You pick up your NA literature, and you
Yeah.
So
just
you're
read it.
saying,
You call your sponsor,
Yeah.
or you go to a meeting. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You do those little things.
so
Well,
you're
for
saying
him,
no
a lot with
matter.
Which
his
I'm gonna
trigger
do
was
after this. I'm gonna call my sponsor. I'm gonna text my sponsor. I'm
good.
supposed to my sponsor.
Good. I mean, but like I said, you just
I
do
haven't
because you
seen a
have these
sponsor
steps
for
that you
years.
follow, and those triggers are indicators that you may need to talk to somebody. So what he would do, like I said, is reach out to one of us, and
Right.
so yeah, like you have to talk about it so that you are set back on track and you're okay, because then other things set in as far as like the nervousness, the anxious, and stuff like that. But people try to ignore it. It's best to talk about it and
To
move
talk
forward.
about it.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you've already, like, if you've been an addict, you're gonna always be an addict no matter how many years, or is it like certain amount of
Yeah,
years after
because
that
it's
you're like,
something
okay,
that
I'm
your
good?
brain is, so when your brain is tricked onto an addiction, it's not, they haven't found anything to sever that connection. So things like triggers could make people want to use again. You already have a necessity to use. So
Okay.
it's like when you do something, you'll do it again. So what I'm saying when I mean that, what I mean when I'm saying that is that you'll always be an addict because you always have to watch yourself. You're more susceptible to doing it again. If that
Even if
makes
it's
sense.
been like 20 years?
It doesn't matter how long it's been.
Oh,
Your
wow.
brain has to be reprogrammed. What happens when you get addicted is that your brain chemistry is switched. That's not something that you could switch off. You have to tend to it like a
Yeah.
wound, Yeah.
Being in recovery, right? And being clean is two different things.
Right.
And I'm saying this because of, I want to piggyback on what she said about your brain has to be switched and stuff like that. Being an addict, and it's always an addict, because they used to say that a lot. And when we went to recovery, I found out that's not always true, right? And I'm going to have someone come on my platform and speak. Now that we're talking about this,
Mm-hmm.
I think that it would be good if I had one of my Narcotics Anonymous members come on here. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
And I don't get like it, because when they speak, they scream and they speak and they get really into it. So don't be
They get
like,
passionate, right? That's what.
yes,
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
have Corey White come on here and speak. And he used to be a Marine too, so he's like recovery. And so he's like really all over the place, but he's like very passionate. And I also want to because he also lost his son. His son was murdered.
Mm, that's sad.
His son was
Yeah.
murdered.
Wow.
So I
Mm.
think, and I think that'd be great for him to come on. I've known Corey when I first got clean, and I remember trying to get his baby mother in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be like, "You gonna go to the meeting tonight?" And that's when she had the little baby in the stroller and stuff. But now he's got a lot of time clean, and I think that would be great for him to come on. I did ask him for an interview before. He does so much in the rooms, like speaking at different places and stuff and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely gonna call him
So
to
he's a public
speak.
speaker now, is what you're saying?
Yeah, when we go to meetings and stuff like that, we do H&I, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done it in a while because I haven't been to a meeting in a while. And I think by me speaking about this, I think it'd be good for me to go back to my Narcotics Anonymous meetings. And that's why I want to bring up clean and recovery is different, right? Now, I've been clean for 6 years now, but that don't mean I'm not in recovery. And I say that because I don't make meetings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do my step work no more, even though I've done it. I don't do it no more. I don't read my literature the way I'm supposed to read my literature. I don't reach out to my support group of Narcotics Anonymous the way I'm supposed to reach out to them. So I'm just clean, but I'm not in recovery, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Being in recovery is going to your meetings, right? Reading your literature, right? Connected with your sponsor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing your step work, doing
But I mean,
H&I, doing all
mm-hmm.
those things,
Mm-hmm.
that's being in recovery.
Recovery.
The 12 steps and the 12 traditions. That's
Yeah.
being
So
in recovery,
do
which
you
I've
ever
done that
feel like,
before, but I need to do it again.
yeah,
Yeah.
so do you ever feel like when you like when we're talking about it, you were talking about the stuff, right? Does it make you feel like you ever want to ever go back to it, or is it something that heck no, it's never gonna happen? Or I'm not gonna say never because you never say never, but uh do your best that you will never want to do it. Let's put it that way.
I don't want to. To be honest with you, I want to go back to meetings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love going to meetings and seeing the newcomers come through the door and
Yeah.
telling them that you never ever have to use again.
Yeah. So
I
do you
don't want
think
to
you want to
use
be a
again.
sponsor?
I don't. I've been a sponsor before. Yeah, I
Oh,
had
okay.
sponsorship. I was a sponsor before.
But
Matter of fact, one of
sponsors,
my
I think
sponsees
that's where
before
people
me.
have it twisted too. Sponsors have sponsors also.
Right,
Like
Yeah.
it's a
right.
thing that there's no like if a person has schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, there's a pill for that. They can help you with that. But when you
Yeah.
have addiction, they can only give you so much help as far as medication. And then you
Mhm.
have it's just like this thing that with the community, you support each other and keep each other up because there's no medication. But recently there is they're doing a surgery where they're
Mhm.
doing to rewire the brain nerves so that it can like reverse it so that there is basically a treatment now, but that's not going to be
I'm not
available
going
to
for that.
people.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but it's not going
Wait.
to be available to people either for years. They're just now figuring it out. They've done it on one person,
Is
but there still hasn't been enough time for that study, I don't think.
So
right,
let
but
me
isn't
just
that
talk about.
considered a lobotomy?
It's something similar to it, but not at all. Not a lobotomy. Lobotomy is up the nose. That was just a barbaric.
No, what I'm saying by saying lobotomy is like they're gonna switch things in your head, like
So
have things
they
that
have different technology now. Now they have these tubes, like these very small needle-sized instruments where they can attach a camera and they, have
yeah,
clamps and everything on them, and you
yeah,
wouldn't even know they were inside your ear, your brain, your eye, whatever.
yeah.
They have the technology now to do evasive surgeries that,
Yeah.
would have likely killed
Yeah,
somebody
because,
years ago.
right.
But
Because like when I got my bladder removed, it was like only 3 incisions.
exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, they have different technology now, but they have not figured out what there's no magic pill that they could be like, okay, you've gotten off of drugs and you did this, take this magic pill, every 3
Right.
months, and you'll be fine. No, that's not how it
Right.
works. But you have to
That's not gonna
understand
happen.
too, when people live through addictions, they have traumatic things happening to them while they are addicted. So anything can trigger a person. It could be the way the flower
And
smell.
that's why. And go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm
Don't want to say
just giving an
something. Yeah.
example just because maybe somebody was in an addiction at one point and they got beat up, for their drugs or something, and they fell in a bed of flowers, and now that memory is a trauma that is implanted in their brain. So anytime they, smell that particular flower, that brings them back to when they were addicted because they know what happened in that situation. Like there can be 1,000 triggers, the way people talk to you, the way things smell, what you see. Like a trigger is a trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that's why I want to talk about a little bit, because we got to get into another case real quick. Sponsorship is just to guide you through the 12 steps and the 12 traditions.
yeah.
Mhm.
When I was a sponsor, my job is to guide the person through the 12 steps and the 12 traditions and be there on a level where she needs me or he needs me to be. That's
Yeah.
it.
Understanding
I am,
as a
yeah, I
person
am
who can
not over your,
understand.
I'm not a marriage counselor. I
Exactly.
am not, you know what I mean? I'm not none of that stuff. I'm not the
Yeah.
babysitter for you, which
Yeah.
I've done before because my sponsee, she has kids. I love those kids, but none of that. But that's what
But you
our
have
job
the
is.
level of
Yeah.
compassion and
Right.
understanding as a prior addict to
Right.
be
That's
able to support another person who is
but
going through
that's
the
only
same
that.
thing.
Yeah, but that's what sponsorship is basically. It's just to guide you through the steps. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else. Guide you through the steps and support you on another level. Talk
Yeah.
to you. A lot of support systems I think is really great because I think Narcotics Anonymous is amazing. Let me just say that. We have done so much in Narcotics Anonymous. We go to conventions, we throw
Mhm.
parties,
Mhm.
okay? I mean, it's just amazing. If I can just I'm gonna try to show y'all some of the events that we've pulled. It's just amazing. It really, really is. And it will make a person want to stay clean.
Right. Right.
It will make you like you don't have to be high to be at a party with us because the events that we pull is extravaganza events. It's beautiful. We
Yeah.
just do a lot of stuff in recovery.
I
You
still
know,
can't
we
get over that morphine.
All right,
That
but
is
we
my
got another
last.
case though. We got Isaac Goodlow
Mhm.
sleeping in his bed, right?
Mm.
Cop comes in and just unalives him.
So is this the one where the advocate was talking about? I thought
Yep.
so. Yeah.
Now there was a domestic
Mm.
violence call
Mhm.
made, but there was no domestic violence issue when the cops got there. The door was locked also, but they
Mhm.
got the key to get in. Let's play the music clip.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah, shit is crazy. And see, when I said at the other video, sometimes people don't give a f about if a cop gets killed or not
Mhm.
because of shit like this.
Grew heated tonight as family members of Isaac Goodlow III confronted village trustees.
This comes just
I
days
know, I
after
know,
body
right?
cam video of his shooting death by officers was released to the public. Casey Kronos live in Carroll Stream with the latest. Casey.
Don and Terrence, there were no items pertaining to the shooting on tonight's agenda, but it was the subject of public comment for over an hour. Goodlow's family is now demanding that the names of the officers involved be released.
His name. Isaac Goodlow. His name. Isaac Goodlow.
Emotions were running high as the family of Isaac Goodlow demanded answers from officials in Carroll Stream.
You have, counsel, a hurricane a hailstorm, a fire across America.
Goodlow was shot and killed when 6 officers entered his unit on February 3rd after his girlfriend called police following a domestic incident. While some of the specifics remain unclear, loved ones say Goodlow was asleep when police barged in. During the meeting, Goodlow's sister, Kenitha Barnes, addressed Police Chief Donald Cummings directly.
You need to be honest. Your boy's messed up. You embarrassed. You ashamed. Deal with it.
The family met for a rally outside before the meeting started.
This is very important that their voice is heard. The pain that the mother is going through, the family is hurting, and we're demanding justice.
Police previously stated the officers involved have been placed on paid leave.
These officers should be held fully accountable for their actions.
The family is asking for their names to be made public.
And would like to plead that another agency outside of DuPage County come in and investigate.
The county's Metropolitan Emergency Response Investigations Task Force, or MERIT, is the independent agency leading this investigation. The family has alleged the video they were previously shown had more footage than what was released. On Monday, MERIT issued a press release stating that other than required redactions, the videos are continuous and have not been materially altered or edited. And we asked, but the police chief told me he was not able to comment tonight. The family has filed a lawsuit against the village and the officers involved. Meanwhile, this investigation continues. Reporting live in Carroll Stream.
They edited the video. The cops did. They didn't show the whole thing.
That's crazy. They guilty, that's why.
Yeah. That man was in his bed sleeping. And they came in with shields. They came in ready to kill, to unalive him.
So who called the popo?
They said they got a,
right?
they said the girlfriend called, but she ain't say nothing now since. I mean, I haven't heard anything about the girlfriend calling, or that's what the cops are saying.
Okay, but I mean, when I'm not saying I don't find it a reason for them to go in and start pow-powing people, right? But
Right.
they said that the girlfriend called,
Right.
and
Domestic
they
violence.
went in, and then he was sleeping.
Right.
But normally it takes a while. When somebody calls for domestic abuse, they don't come right away. Especially, God forgive me for saying this, around for Black people. They don't rush when you're in a Black neighborhood. I'm sorry to say.
They
It
don't.
takes them like 3 hours. So he
Right.
could have went to sleep after having a domestic abuse situation with the girl, right? But where is she at? Is she not speaking about it? Did she
They don't
say,
know.
I didn't call? Nothing, right? So
I
that
don't
means
know.
there was a reason for them to go there, but there was no reason for them to pow him. For sure, they shouldn't have done that.
Nah, and they edit the video, which is weird.
Yeah,
They edit the video. The parents saw the whole video, right?
yeah.
But the media, we didn't.
Okay, so did they say how long it took for them to get there?
No, I'm gonna talk to the activists a little bit more about it though.
Yeah,
And
you
then
need to
I'll do an
find out
update.
because
Yeah.
we could definitely be angry at what they did as far as them powing him, but why were they there? They're not there. The cops don't just go, oh, I'm just going to this house and I'm just going to do this. No, they don't do that. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why they're there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, because I asked him on here when I did the interview, I said, how did they get in the house? You know what I'm saying? And he said they got the key from the landlord.
Wow.
How? Okay, what? They did
Yep.
what? The key
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the landlord?
Yeah.
They just bombard in there? Like, if they didn't give them, like, they got to give them, like, notice to let them know, hey, I'm at your door. You can't just open a door. That's
They
illegal.
got the key from
Well,
the
if they
landlord.
have a warrant, they do stuff like that. I've seen them do that.
Right. So they had a warrant?
No. The
That's
landlord
what I'm
gave them the
saying.
key.
There's no
Well, the
warrant.
landlord should be fired and prosecuted as well.
Right. Definitely, it's illegal for them to just walk in on them. What if they were doing something? Even if they did have domestic abuse, they might just be like, getting busy up in there.
Right. You
Yeah,
never know.
I mean, people fight all the time.
They
That
get busy
doesn't
after.
justify you
Yeah.
coming into my home. Nobody called
And
you
they
from
don't
the home. stating
And
that
I asked,
her-
I said, where was the girlfriend? He said, we don't know. We don't know if she was outside. We don't know.
so
So
she
I
was
need
not
to find
inside
out
of the
more.
home.
So
No, she
this
was
is
not
not even,
inside the home.
this
Only
is
he
not,
was. He was sleeping.
right. So
I
this is
wonder if
not a
she
1
called.
+ 1 situation. This is not 1 + 1 = 2 situation, because there's no middle. There's no middle. There's nothing there. Like what
Well, if
reason
the
were they
girlfriend
there?
called and stated that there was a domestic violence situation, so I think that's where the disconnect is. If she called and said there was a DV going on, even though she wasn't there when they got there, it makes you wonder what she told them for them to respond in the way they
Right.
did.
Right.
And did
Doesn't
she
make
really
sense.
call? Because that's what the cops are saying. That's not what the family's saying.
Well, she could have possibly lied to the family, because what
I
ended
need to
up
find out
happening
more.
was subsequently he ended up unalive. So she could be
Right.
saying that just to protect herself from the family.
Or
Yeah.
hold on, or you know me, I'm gonna go all the way out with this. What about if she set him up for him to get for them to come in there and bust
Exactly.
on him?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like, what did she tell them? Like, did
What did
she
she
tell them,
tell
oh,
them?
he was gonna kill her and she had to jump out the window? Like, that's a conversation that needs to be had as well, because
Yeah.
they responded so heavily and even got
Right.
the landlord to come down.
Yeah.
Like, what were they told?
Right. Right. Because they
Exactly.
came in with the shield and everything.
Yeah, they
I
went
mean,
in
he
there
talked
like
about it. I interviewed
Bataram.
him. He
They
talked
went in
about
there
how they
like
came in.
Bataram. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
But you know what? Honestly, too, I don't even feel like, even if she did say something to them so outlandish, that is an appropriate response, because usually in these types of situations, they do things like call SWAT, and then they come out and try to negotiate and talk to the person and talk them down and get them out. So for them to just kick in the door like, what?
Yeah, because I've seen
in a domestic
cops come
violence
in. They look
case,
like Bataram cops.
right? And in a
Like there was
domestic
an
violence
UGG
case,
situation.
in a domestic violence case, they don't come deep like that anyway.
No,
I've
it's
been
like it
domestic
looks like an
violence.
UGG situation.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Wow.
And I'm gonna find out, and we're gonna do an update.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but I just wanted to bring this, so at least you know, because he did talk about this when I interviewed him, and I wanted to get this out there, at least get his face out there. But I gotta find out more. We
Yeah.
gotta find out more and do an update. And yeah, I'm gonna contact him today. I talked to him yesterday because I got him helping me on another case.
Okay.
But I'm gonna contact him today. With Eric Holder's mother, actually.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I look at cases, if 1 + 1 is not 2, then there's something missing there. That number is missing.
Remember Eric Holder's mother, you knew?
Mm-hmm.
I contacted him yesterday to see if he could help with her.
Okay.
So, because I called her yesterday. So we'll see. But I'm going to do an update. Hubby's hungry. He just peeped in the room a few minutes ago. He's like, I'm
Hello,
starving.
Dave. Go get
So
your grub
I will
on.
see y'all at
And
8
you
o'clock.
need to eat too.
I might make my pasta dish today and then I'll eat it tonight though. But I had watermelon when I was talking to y'all.
Okay.
I see y'all at 8 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
About
7
a
o'clock my
child
time.
welfare case. Child welfare case, y'all, at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, squad.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you,
All right.
ladies, so much.
Anytime.
It was cool being up here with you. I forgot your name.
I love y'all coming up here. Thank you.
What's your name? What's her name? What's your name again?
Cherish.
Cherish. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I have brain situation. I had a heat stroke and I can't remember one thing to the next. That's
well,
why,
we knew
like,
you
when
knew.
I don't try
We knew you knew, so it's cool. You knew.
You knew.
It was cool being up here with you, Sherry.
I see y'all queens later.
All right, peace.
All right, babe.
All right.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
I'm gonna try to do some thumbnails for tomorrow's live too. I try to get everything together.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye, babe.
Bye, baby.